So this is Laura Lee's warm-up set on the Cybex squat press, and I'm adjusting her feet because when it's your leg day, you train with your feet. That's where you press from. That's where the force is being produced, right? Right. I don't know. There's a lot of people out there that don't think that you need your feet in order to train legs or glutes. I don't know. Anyways, since that's been a thing, not using your feet for glutes or legs, people have developed deformities while training lower body exercises without using their feet properly, because they've used their heels and not their whole entire foot, their heels, which throws them back and locks out their knees.
You see how you move three things?
Which eliminates them from using 1, their foot, 2, their lower leg, 3, their knees, and now they've become unstable through the quads, the femurs, and the pelvis and the lumbar every time they do a lower body exercise. And in order to stabilize themselves, they have to squeeze their butt. So in reality, they're putting themselves into a position by pressing through their heels to throw them off balance, which creates a quote-unquote range of motion. And right before they start falling to the ground, they squeeze their butt in order to balance themselves out before they even fall. And that's what they consider an eccentric and concentric exercise with quote-unquote glute training. But in reality, nothing has been done, no work has been produced by the glutes, as if you were to press with your whole entire foot and your big toe and not squeeze your own butt and allow the mechanics of the setup and the external resistance and load do all the magic on its own. And after years and years, that's what happened to Laura Lee and to pretty much every single competitor out there. But don't worry, we got you, because these videos are going to help you see things differently, because I'm pointing them out here, and you can see for yourself from this point of view as a trainer, from the trainer's perspective, how lining up the feet, the insides of the feet, the knees, the ankles, and keeping the head and the back shoved into the bench helps with more range of motion, more security, and less compensation muscles being included in the lift. And a lot of people have been training bodybuilding, but with the wrong principles. They've been using strength training principles, which has also hindered their physique and their training technique, because those two types of training, strength training versus bodybuilding, totally different. So just make sure you're not squeezing your butt, because when you squeeze your butt, you're reducing your feet from doing any of the work, because it's shoving you to your heels to press through the heels instead of using your whole entire foot. And then it limits your range of motion from the concentric and eccentric, and it also rejects you out of hip extension. And you don't want to be left on the sidelines like this, having to have someone cue you with your feet every single day Might be fun for some people, but I hope these videos help. And if you have any questions, just ask them down below in the comment section. Ask anything and ask everything, because Laura Lee and I know 100% for a fact that the reason why the bikini division is struggling to meet the criteria and the standards is because no one's speaking about the training. More training needs to be spoken about. It's not being spoken about because there's no really decent trainers that are also prep coaches, because there's prep coaches, but the prep coaches could only do so much and be at, prepping clients and not training clients at a gym. So it's understandable, but there's other ways to help each other out, and these videos I think are going to help you guys out with these voiceovers. So again, questions, ask them down below, and Laura Lee and I will take a look at them and probably, most likely, respond to them with all the right answers, because all the stuff about glutes online, all wrong, completely wrong, like 100% scientifically wrong. And the things that we're doing, scientifically, physics-wise, correct. So, and the proof is in the pudding. Thank you very much. Took away hip thrust, boom, the waist got smaller. Boom, Miss Olympia. Boom, Miss Olympia again. Boom, smallest waist in history. Okay, I'm done talking about the squat press. Now we're at the hack squat, and I'm doing the same thing here. And as you can see, the right hip is a little bit out of its position, so I'm repositioning her feet appropriately and just seeing if she could produce enough force through the front of her foot. And look at the right ankle, look at the right leg. It's out of proportion with the other leg and the body. So what do? Since it's my gym, I become MacGyver, and then I start adding bands in order to keep her femur shoving into her pelvis so that it could become stabilized. So the purpose behind these bands are to pull the femur towards Laura Lee's body, which will have a reaction force to the femur, where the femur will then jam itself into the pelvis, into the back pad, stabilizing the pelvis and the lumbar and creating more force and muscle contraction at the appropriate position. And now that we have the other band around the shins, around the ankle area, that's also helping her shove the tibia downward into the top of her feet, which helps her with the eccentric portion where she gets the stretch. So a lot of people would think that this is kind of weird, but guess what? That's a compliment. And being Miss Olympia, you don't need to build muscle anymore, because you already build enough muscle to be Miss Olympia. So all you have to do to continue to be Miss Olympia is to continue to be perfect, but also spit shine here, spit shine there, just make things perfect, just like the exercises you've been doing this whole entire time that are basic, but eliminating the things that include themselves into the exercises, like stabilizing muscles or posture that interacts with other stabilizers that you don't want working or training or even hypertrophizing itself. I don't know if that's a word, but it sounds good. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy this video, And again, leave questions down below. And okay, bye.